Hey, y'all, what it do? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. And, hey, the training camp portion of Oxnard has finally concluded. Plenty of things that happened good that I can say. I'm proud of this team this year. Kind of feels different. Cowboys on their way to Seattle. Well, they're probably already there now. But, Cowboys head to Seattle for the game. The preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks tomorrow. I think it's like a late game, like 10 o'clock Eastern time. So, but yeah, so they're playing Saturday night and camp fights, right? So I just want to talk about the camp fight the other day. I got real busy with work yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to talk about the camp fight that happened the day before. But as y'all know, Sam Williams got into a tussle with Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman slammed him. He came back and clenched his fists and tried to hit him. Then Michael Parsons got into it with Tyler Biotish. And when I look at this, for the fair weather fan or the fan that doesn't understand how sports are in general, especially a contact sport like football. And I'll explain it to you guys that are not, in tune with seeing things like this on a normal basis. Now, just because they're fighting each other, I know people are going to go around saying, oh, well, this team doesn't respect each other, and they clearly don't like each other. The offense doesn't like the defense, and they don't respect Dak Prescott. Shut up. Shut the hell up. I love this, but you don't want to go too far, right? You wanted to be a little scrappy. Y'all remember when Dez Bryant played on this team, when he called out those cornerbacks, you can't guard me, you can't guard me, you can't guard me. Back when he was doing that, that was like the only type of hype that was going on, because then our offense was just terrorizing our defense. You look what we have now, we damn near got the number one defense right now. So when people say, oh, well, Dak threw 7 interceptions throughout camp, who gives a shit? It's practice. It's camp. Y'all act like this is a game. And look, some of you fans need to get off of this whole following these talking heads and listening to the garbage that comes out of their mouth when they're talking about Dak's interceptions. First of all, Dak had 1 year where he had a lot of interceptions. Nobody talks about the other years where he was well under the exact opposite. Way more touchdowns than interceptions. Had the least interceptions 1 year. So every quarterback throws interceptions. There's been other quarterbacks that have the league's leading interception. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a damn? Players have bad years. Players have bad, games. We're human. That's what happens. You already know that Dak came back from 2 injuries: the foot, the thumb, the changing of the offense, Kellen Moore doing what he was doing with the offense, and not running the ball when they were supposed to, and having Dak trying to force the ball in places where he don't need to. And yes, there's interceptions that were on Dak, just like there's interceptions on every quarterback. He's at fault. He's got to get better, and he will. Just like with any other quarterback that throws an interception. Nobody talks about that shit. Nobody talks about, I could name 2 games right now that Tom Brady had threw for 5 interceptions in a game. So, but because these guys have Super Bowls and stuff, see, everybody rates everything off of a Super Bowl, and it really kills me. I get it that the ultimate measure is a Super Bowl, right? But let's be honest with you. Outside of Tom Brady, a lot of guys don't have a lot of Super Bowl wins, whether that individually or via team. Tom Brady is a GOAT. He's done something that probably no one ever will again. So with that being said, we just have to look at this and just calm down. Understand Dak is a true leader of this team. When Michael Parsons got into it with Tyler Biotish, if you had any question whether this was Dak's team or not, or whether Dak was the leader of this damn team, If you go back and look at that video, you'll see Dak goes up to Micah Parsons, and I don't know what he said to him, but he yoked him up like a dad do his child. Like, what you doing out there? Like, bruh, calm down. Like, D-Law, he controlled his defensive guys. Like, it's the fact that y'all say that, oh, Dak don't get respect. He does. He does. Because when he did that to Micah and then he pushed Micah away and Micah just walked off. Because Micah knows this is Dak Prescott's team. If Dak tell you to calm down and sit your ass down, that's what you're going to do. Because this is Dak's team. Whether you're a fan that likes Dak or not, that is your opinion. And I'm not going to sit here and argue with anybody about the Dak hate. I'm not going to keep doing that because I'm not going to waste my breath. Because all I hear is, oh, Dak sucks. But there's no substance behind it. They just say, oh, he threw a bunch of interceptions. So is every other quarterback in the league. Every quarterback throws interceptions. So the fuck what? Like, we get too enthralled in the aspect of, because this is America's team and being a quarterback of this team, you're going to be talked about all the time. Nobody talks about how bad the offensive line for the Panthers was and how Bryce Young was getting crushed. I feel sorry for the Panthers. If they don't get that together, there's so many other teams you could talk about. So I love the fact that this team is, so back to the team. I love the fact that this team has been scrappy and doing things. This team just seems different this year. And I know we always say, oh, well, this is Cowboys year. I'm not going to say this is Cowboys year, but I'm going to say that a lot of things are different this offseason. The Cowboys were big players in free agency. They went and traded for Stephon Gilmore, went and traded for Brandon Cooks. They re-signed two of their safeties in the offseason. When is the last time the Cowboys have put any investment into safeties? Ooh, boom, got the safety signs. Even J-Ron Kearse, they even guaranteed his money. They didn't add any more years, but they guaranteed his money. Oh, you got a three-headed monster locked up. Wonderful. We have a slate of young, fast, scrappy linebackers. Ooh, wonderful. Cornerback position, I just said, we traded for Stephon Gilmore to already complement what we had with Trayvon Diggs. Ooh, ow. Who you going to throw the ball to? Because they're both ball hawks. Ow. Oh, my God. Let's not talk about the defensive line. Ooh, ow. Jonathan Hankins. Mozzie Smith. Like, only thing that I can say about Mozzie, he got to work on that get off. Once he gets his work on his get off on that line, when that ball is snapped effectively, Mozzie gonna be the shit. So then you look at the rest of this defensive line. We already got pass rushers. All you needed was that stop the run guy. I really feel sorry for the offenses that we're gonna go against this year. People playing with the Dallas Cowboys this year. Dallas Cowboys is different. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we stay healthy, this team could go a long way. I'm loving what we're doing on offense because everybody's still talking about the interceptions, right? The fact that they're going against the best defense in the league and the defense is giving the offense hell and the offense is giving the defense hell. It's like they're going back and forth. Iron sharpens iron. So what happens when you rub two metals up against each other? What happens? It creates a spark. So that spark is them fighting. That spark makes both of them better. Zach Martin is back. Oh, the offensive line all of a sudden got a little better. Ooh. Hey. I would love to see get another veteran. Maybe bring Jason Peters back. Because since he said he wants to come back for a 20th year, bring him back and see how he, feels, or if he can play part-time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to need that depth right there. I like what I see with Brock Hoffman. He was out there working hard. I like what I see with TJ Bass. He's out there doing his thing. So I just want to say that I'm really happy from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing from this year's training camp. Y'all, let that shit about the Dak stuff go out the window. Dak gonna be good because this offense is gonna be predicated off of him. It's gonna allow him to do even more RPOs. We were not running screens with the pass regime, right? Because we know that Kellen Moore was basically running Jason Garrett's offense with some tweaks that he put in there, right? With a couple of his bag of tricks. Well, you don't have that no more. Well, you still got some of it, but they're going to utilize the stuff that works and blend it into what they're doing right now. You're going to see these guys on screens a lot. Some of these shifty, fast guys are going to really get some play. I'm loving what we're going to see with these tight ends, and I really think that the Cowboys need to keep these tight ends. Schoonmaker. Oh, of course. Ferguson. I don't know how to brain fart just now. Schoonmaker, Ferguson, Hendershot, and John Stevens. Sean McKeon, I feel like they can just put him, hey, go whisper in his ear, tell him, hey, we're going to sign you back to the practice squad, put him on the practice squad, just in case somebody gets injured, they can rotate him as the fifth later. That running back position, it seems like they're giving every opportunity for Deuce Vaughn to be that second running back. If you look at it right now, if we were to cut right now, you got Pollard, you got Deuce, and you got Rico Dowdle. Now, do I really trust this running back core? No, I don't. I told you guys about the importance of pass protection, and I don't think any of these guys are great at that. This is what I was sad about losing Zeke about. Not about his running, not about his home run. Everybody thinks there's so many fans that were talking shit about Zeke, talking about he washed up. Zeke is not washed up. Watch this dude go to the Patriots, and all of a sudden, he started running. You know why? Because we weren't utilizing the run game right when Kellen Moore was calling plays. He's a gunslinger. He's a passer type of play caller. We weren't running the ball. He was just doing running plays just to be like, here, coach, I ran these running plays. That's it. It didn't have it. There was no rhyme or reason to it. You just kept running up the gut every time, and that's why we weren't getting the yardage. Every time they did bounce it outside, what happened? Positive yardage. But we never ran any screens. That was what was a head scratcher. Me and DMV talked about that all the time. Shout out to DMV. Me and him talked about that all the time. Like, how are you going to run an offense when you have young guys that are great in the screen game and not run any screens? Absolutely ridiculous. But what I'm seeing in training camp now, they're doing a lot of different stuff. You might even see a play this year, and I'm gonna pull this out of the bag, right? And hopefully they'll save it for the playoffs. You might see Cooper Rush in a quarterback and Dak Prescott in as a wide receiver. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. You might see that one time this year. Hopefully they'll save it for the playoffs. But anyway, I look at this team and I think they're going to be great. It just feels different. It's just this team is different. They're fighting different. They're not bland like they were before. They're doing different things. They're acting different ways. This ownership is finally adhering to the things that they need to adhere to and pay attention to things that they need to pay attention to. And I'm loving the things that I'm seeing. So I'm excited. We'll see what happens. I'm not putting anything on preseason. Preseason is just for these young guys to see who they can get to be in different starting roles. But we'll definitely get to talk about it more when I get on the live stream. I'm trying to get on the live stream. I have my son in the house this weekend, so I'm probably not going to be able to live stream because he ain't going to let me. So once I get things together and do my next live stream, I'll definitely get in and talk about these different things before the season starts. But in the meantime, in between time, have a great Friday. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Peace.